Hey everyone, Joe here with the Idaho Prepper channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Prepared Citizens Report. It's good to be back with you guys here today, and we are going to be talking about what is going to happen starting May 1st, and that is the implementation of the E15 gas. So if you guys aren't aware of this, this is something that is being implemented by the EPA and the regulators in our government. And there's a lot of speculation as to why they're implementing this now. They have done it in the past to kind of lower gas prices, but a lot of experts are speculating that this is in response to the Iran conflict and the closure of the Strait of Hormuz, which we all know by now is what is causing the increase in gasoline costs and the shortage in fuel. So we're going to be talking about this implementation because not a lot of people are talking about it. And so I'm going to read to you guys an article that I put together here, and then we're going to go into a short list of things that you guys can do to prepare for this. So we'll get right into it. Apologize for the mess here. I'm actually in the middle of prepping. I'm actually doing some food storage right now. You guys can see that. I got some sugar and rice and flour. And I was actually also working on a backup AR-15. I'm putting a sling on that one. So a lot of stuff going on here. I definitely walk my talk, but lots to get into. So we'll go ahead and get right into it. So mark your calendars, May 1st. Regulators are once again allowing the expanded sale of E15 gas, fuel blended with 15% ethanol across much of the United States during the summer driving season. On the surface, this may sound like a routine policy change, but beneath it lies a chain reaction that could impact engines, fuel costs, food prices, and ultimately the stability of household budgets across the country. E15 fuel has been promoted as a way to lower gas prices and reduce dependence on foreign oil. However, millions of engines on the road today were not designed to run on higher ethanol blends. Small engines like those in generators, lawn equipment, chainsaws, boats, and older vehicles are particularly vulnerable. And older vehicles, just so you guys know, it's anything before 2001. So ethanol burns hotter, absorbs moisture, and can degrade rubber and plastic components over time. That means more breakdowns, more repairs, and more unexpected fuel costs for everyday Americans. This is especially concerning for many people and families that rely on backup generators and stored fuel as part of their emergency readiness plans. Using the wrong fuel, even unintentionally, can damage critical equipment when you need it most. But the risk doesn't stop with engines. Expanding ethanol production requires massive amounts of corn. When more corn is diverted into fuel production, less is available for livestock feed and food processing. That shift can drive up prices across the grocery store, from meat and dairy to eggs and packaged goods. We've seen this pattern before. Higher fuel demands leads to higher agricultural costs, and those costs eventually land on the consumer. There's also the broader economic pressure to consider. If engines fail more frequently, repair shops get backed up, replacement parts become scarce, and insurance claims rise. Businesses that depend on fleets, landscapers, delivery services, construction crews may face higher maintenance expenses. Those costs are rarely absorbed. They are passed along to consumers in the form of higher prices. So, what you should consider doing, how we're going to prepare for this, and how to get ahead of this. Double check your vehicle and equipment manuals to confirm whether E15 is approved. Now, I will say most vehicles are, they're designed to compensate for the extra ethanol in the engines. The computers kind of compensate for that, and a lot of the parts. But like I said, anything older than 2001, you're going to want to try to use ethanol-free gasoline when you can. And I know there's kind of a rumor, a lot of people were saying that premium gas doesn't have the high ethanol. That's not true. So don't think just by getting premium gas, you're going to avoid the ethanol. So double check your vehicle manuals, make sure you're okay to run E15 gas. Clearly label stored fuel to prevent accidental misuse. So if you do have high ethanol content gasoline in canisters, just make sure to label that so you're not putting it in your generators and chainsaws and things like that. Rotate and test generators and small engines regularly. Keep spare fuel filters, spark plugs, and maintenance supplies on hand. Use ethanol-free gas wherever possible. So locate it now. Go around your area, look at the gas pump. It's going to tell you if they're running E15 gas in that gas pump or not, or if it's ethanol free. So try to locate the gas stations that are selling the ethanol free gasoline. That way you could store up on it, put it in your gas cans so that you have it for all your small engine equipment. Invest in alternative forms of equipment and travel, such as electric chainsaws, solar generators, and e-bikes. So get yourself an electric chainsaw. I actually just bought this a couple months ago. This is a Cease 2. Great little chainsaw. Runs on these basic batteries here. They're lithium batteries. Really cheap. I think I got this chainsaw with a pole extension, so I can do trimming of my apple trees and trees, things like that. But I got this chainsaw. It's with the 8-inch blade for like under $100. Super cheap, and you can get just this unit as it stands for like under $50. So very affordable. I'll make sure to leave a link in the description for that. Other thing you want to do, drain the equipment of gas before storing away. So what you want to do is turn the gas switch off on your generator or your chainsaws or whatever, where it has that ability to turn the fuel off, and then run the equipment until it bleeds out. So there's no gasoline in the lines, in your carburetor, or anything. Because what basically the ethanol does is it attracts moisture, and the moisture will actually sink to the bottom of the gas. And then when you go to start your engine, it will basically just go into your parts and it will corrode your parts and just make a mess out of everything. Plus the ethanol is really hard on the gaskets and the rubber hoses on your equipment. So it just will destroy your equipment and your vehicles as well. So make sure, if you're storing away, you know what to do as far as getting all the gasoline drained. The other thing you can do, you can add some fuel stabilizer to your fuel. Now, this isn't like a total fix or cure to high ethanol gas, E15 gas, but it's definitely going to help. So this basically the stable fuel stabilizer, it helps with corrosion. So it will, basically it will keep the metal parts from corroding. I think it also helps protect the rubber gaskets and things like that. And I know it dissipates the moisture in the gasoline as well too. So stock up on this when you're getting the extra parts, fuel filters and things for your equipment. But this is great stuff. I keep it in all of my equipment. Last thing I say to do, become more self-sufficient. Learn how to do basic maintenance on your vehicles and equipment. Get a code scanner. This is something I just got last week. Basic code scanner for your vehicle. You can plug this in if you have, a check engine light coming up on your vehicle, and this will more than likely, usually most of the time, tell you exactly what's going on. And then you can watch a video on it. Basically just put the code that popped up, your year, make, and model vehicle on YouTube, and you will find a video on how to do that repair. You start doing that, you guys, I'm telling you, you can save thousands of dollars. And really, I think this is something that we're all going to have to start doing as we move into the future here with all these vehicle failures. There's just a lot of these parts, these newer vehicles are failing crazy. This is something that every mechanic that I've talked to has expressed to me, is how the newer vehicles are just a disaster. They're hard to work on. They're really difficult to get parts for, and they're constantly failing. So learn how to become more self-sufficient in the area of, repairing vehicles and equipment. So That's going to do it for me today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, if you want to see more videos like this in the future, go ahead and hit that notification bell. And if you haven't done so already, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, with that said, until the next time, stay prepared.